Hi Warren, hi Stuart, I hope you're both well.
Yeah, we're good, thank you.
All good, thanks.
Great stuff. Warren, I'll start off with you if I may. Just get your thoughts on team selection and also with what happened at the weekend in mind. Just any injuries or niggling injury worries that you've picked up in the past few days?
No, the boys are all pretty good, but they're a bit sore after the Japan game, which you expect a few knocks and stuff. But pretty much everyone's had is pretty good really. Anthony Watson had a sore toe which we injected, and Dan Bigger had a knee which had a cortisone as well. So just a couple of minor complaints, but nothing serious.
And in terms of your thoughts on the team selection now for the opening game actually in South Africa?
Yeah, well, we spoke always about giving everyone an opportunity in the first 3 games. So Josh Adams is the one who doubles up, and we've made 14 changes, and the guys are starting to gel together. The aspects of the Japan game we were very happy with, and particularly the first half, and they played a different style and put us under a bit of pressure. But the boys, they looked pretty sharp in the last couple of training days, and we've got another session this afternoon, and before the captain's run tomorrow.
Warren, can you just give us a sense of just how different the tour is? Obviously we know that there'll be no fans, but also just with what you've got to work with, the COVID restrictions, the challenges, the compact nature of the tour. How different is it for you, and what challenges does it propose now you're actually down there?
Ironically, I think it's the new normal at the moment. It's kind of not. It's not a challenge for us every day. We've kind of got accustomed to it. The players, in particular, have been through a couple of campaigns where they've got used to this. So everything's we've just carried on, and we're aware of the social distancing and wearing our masks and everything, and cracking on with training. So there's not a heck of a lot of difference from normal campaigns. Probably just not quite having the same freedom to be able to get out of the hotel and boys go and have a cup of coffee and have a look around. But apart from that, I find it's quite similar, and particularly for us now, the challenge is handling 2 games a week. That's going to be the real challenge for the team and the coaching team, just having to deal with that.
Warren, just a final question to you before I move to Stuart, if I may. Just picking up on your last answer there. Just when you're on a tour now, but you blink and you've got another game coming round, the importance of winning and the momentum that provides for later in the tour.
Yeah, I think it goes hand in hand. Like I said, we wanted to give everyone a chance and that opportunity, and if we can build that momentum and play well and gain confidence off that, that's something we want to achieve. There's also about creating some combinations as well, and seeing how different combinations may work out. We're a little bit limited with that in terms of the 5 games here in South Africa, and then in the Test match series. So there's, I think the exciting thing from a coaching point of view, I don't know so much about the players, but just the amount of competition that we've got in the squad. And if you look at who's going to be played the first couple of games, and then who hasn't played and probably will play against the Sharks, you can see the rest of the players in the squad will get an opportunity, and then you'll see probably who the loose forward trio will be for next week. So it's different players and players having that chance. So it's going to come around pretty thick and fast.
Thanks for your time, Warren. Stuart, just if I may, a quick couple of questions. Your thoughts. You're captain an Ironside. I can't imagine what that feels like. Can you try and describe what that actually feels like?
For me, it's a huge honour. I think as a kid growing up, you watched all the different Lions DVDs and videos, and I had the dream of representing them one day. But to be given the opportunity to captain this side is absolutely amazing. I'm over the moon. I'm delighted with the opportunity. A huge amount of confidence. Put in me to lead this side. But for me, it becomes a lot easier when you've got a lot of experience within the squad as well. So I'm hugely excited for the challenge.
Stuart, Warren earlier just gave an answer about the new normal that is COVID, but as the players, it can be slightly different. Can I ask maybe sort of what you guys are doing to try and sort of stave off boredom, because it is going to be a very, very different tour. As you said, your freedoms are slightly restricted. How does that impact on you as players, and maybe what are you coming up with to try and make sure you can switch off and you don't get cabin fever?
Yeah, I think, look, there's a lot of experience within the squad. We've had, Autumn Nations Cup last year, the Six Nations just gone, and we know what works best for individuals and for us as a team. So, there's entertainment committee, there's everybody, there's a huge amount of things for us to be doing within the hotel. Obviously, it would be ideal if we could get out, as Warren touched on earlier, to explore. But look, we're very fortunate. We get to do our job. We get to continue to represent the Lions, and we'll do everything we possibly can to make sure we continue this journey. But yeah, look, there's a lot of things that we can do within the hotel. That boys are enjoying each other's company, and we're having a lot of fun on and off the training field, and hopefully that'll come out in the way that we want to play this weekend.
Stuart, Warren, thank you both for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Hi guys. Warren, when it comes to your 10-12, I think a lot of Lions fans are really, really excited to see Finn Russell and Owen Farrell together, two world-class players, but also two very different personalities, very different playing styles. What have you seen this week from those two to suggest they can gel as a really effective 10-12 partnership?
Yeah, just they've worked really well together, and just alluding to what Stuart said, I mean Owen's had a huge amount of experience, his third tour, and captain of England as well, so he's adding a lot to the environment. And then Finn, has a slightly different way of playing, but I think he's matured amazingly in the last few years in terms of his game management and the way he controls the game. We know what flair he has from an attacking perspective, but also it's just those little deft kicks, attacking kicks that he's able to bring to his game. And I thought against France, the way that he managed that game and his kicking game control was outstanding. So yeah, it's pretty exciting to have a look at that combination. We do want to have a look at Owen at 10 at some stage as well, and give him an opportunity there, because that's where he's been picked. But we know that he's equally comfortable in the 12 position.
So with Owen, there's a good chance we'll see him at 10 soon, even though picking him at 12 shows you're very open-minded about where he might end up.
Yeah, and I think if you look back in 2017, he played 10, and then we moved him to 12, and I think the Crusaders game when Johnny Sexton came on, and that combination went really well in that. And so it does give us an opportunity to have a look at different combinations, and he's very comfortable at both 10 and 12.
And just finally for me, Warren, you mentioned that phrase, the new normal, earlier. We know the COVID situation in South Africa is difficult at the moment. Have you found it mentally difficult as management and players to sort of adjust to actually being in South Africa and playing rugby at the moment?
No, I don't think so. I think you normally, when you're on Lions tours, I mean, the thing that hits you the most is how many fans are around the place, and often in hotels, and there have been times players and management and myself, we've been in hotels and you've wanted to venture out for a cup of coffee, and you've kind of walked out the door and there's just been a sea of red everywhere, and you're thinking, there's no way I'm getting to the coffee shop to have a coffee, so you sort of head back into the sanctuary of the hotel. So so it's not, I think as Stuart alluded to, is we're doing lots of different things and committees and keeping ourselves entertained, but the whole focus is definitely on the rugby, and it'll come around really quickly, and it kind of doesn't feel, once you're here and you're preparing for matches, it doesn't feel hugely different for what it normally is.
Thanks.
Warren, hi, it's Michael Corcoran here.
Hey,
Can I
Cookie.
ask you, given the fact that there are so many new faces amongst your coaching group, how you're actually coping with the early stage of trying to coach two groups at the one time?
Yeah, we really haven't. That's going to happen sort of this weekend. So we've got a captain's run tomorrow, and then we'll let the the starting 15 go, and then we'll work with the other 22 players just to do some run-through stuff to get themselves ready for next Wednesday. And then on Saturday morning, the non-23 will do some skills and some conditioning as well. So that'll sort of start happening this weekend when we start looking at preparing two sides a week, from tomorrow onwards. And I can say the coaching team have been fantastic, and I think we've worked really well together. The preparation, the detail has been excellent, and for us, just trying to get across to the players what we're trying to achieve, and for them to get up to speed and assimilate all the information. That takes a little bit of time, and you got to realise that there will be some errors and some mistakes, and for us is to keep working hard at that and being accurate and communicate well, so that when we get to that test series, we're really right on top of things.
Thank you. And if I could ask Stuart just one question, if you don't mind, please. Stuart, can I congratulate you on the captaincy? You must be looking forward to starting in the 15 shirt again, but I know you're a man who likes to kick the rugby ball around the place. Can you just talk about the difference from playing at normal level to altitude, and how far back you've had to bring the kicking to you in the last couple of days?
I've not had a huge amount of practice, to be honest. I think just Tuesday I had a couple of kicks, and you can see there is a fair bit of difference. So it's something that quite excites me. But look, I think it's going to play advantage to whoever's got the ball. I reckon play in the right areas, playing behind them. But yeah, look, I think if it comes to it, we might have a little pop at goal for a bit of crack. But now, look, I'm absolutely delighted to be back playing. It's been a few weeks since I've started a game, but look, we're in a completely different environment. We're representing the Lions, and it's a hugely exciting time for us all. And the build-up has been very, very good. We've talked a lot about putting a marker down early doors and really starting this tour in the best way possible, and that comes down to getting everything right on Saturday evening.
Thanks a bit. I hope it goes well for you.
Thank you.
Hi gents, thanks for your time. Stuart, I'll start with you if that's all right. Congratulations on the captaincy. For you, when you think of a Lions captain, who comes to mind?
I think for me, after watching the 97 Lions video about 1 million times and being able to quote 90% of it, I'd probably say Martin Johnson. I absolutely loved it. I think the thing for me about being captain is that it doesn't change anything that you do. You go out there and you be your own man. You be yourself. And for me, I've never been the one that'll stand and scream and shout or boss people around. I like to lead by the way that I perform. And as I said earlier, I'm very fortunate within this team at the weekend. There's a huge amount of experience and some great leaders involved in this team. Owen Farrell, Finn Russell, Maro Itoje, Jamie George. For me, I just need to go out there and do my job, and as I say, that's the kind of way that I'll lead. And if there's something to be said, I'm a very, very passionate player, very, very passionate rugby player, and I'm hugely honoured and excited for this challenge ahead.
And how are you feeling, Stuart, after obviously the disappointment of the Premiership final? I'd imagine you're quite keen to get back out there and put that behind you.
Yeah, 100%. I think obviously, and you want to be involved and you want to win in every single game that you play, and unfortunately it didn't quite come off for us at the weekend, which was bitterly disappointing. But I've had to draw a line under that very, very quickly and get on with my next job, and I'm very, very fortunate to be involved this weekend, and I'm looking forward to getting out there and expressing myself, and hopefully contributing to a successful start of this Lions tour.
Well, good luck. Warren, if I can come on to you in terms of the captaincy, as Stuart's just mentioned, there are quite a few different leaders in your squad. So when you're looking for a captain for a game like this, what goes into that decision?
Yeah, you're looking at players that have had some experience, and Stuart's on his third tour now. He's did a good job, or great job with Scotland. He'd come from a very successful club in Exeter, so he's got that experience and leadership skills, and as he said, he's very, very calm and goes out there and leads from the front in terms of the way that he plays and delivers concise and clear messages without rambling on and raving. And that's just I really like his leadership style and the way that he's been with the team this week. So there's a number of other players that potentially are in contention, and we've got a very strong leadership group, and we're going to need other players beside Conor Murray through this tour to captain the side. So we are fortunate that we've got a fair number of choices that we could possibly go to, and I think with losing Alun Wyn, it's been now the responsibility sort of on the leadership group and other players in the squad to step up and really support each other, and I think they've done a great job in doing that and taking on that mantle to make sure that it's not just Stuart's responsibility, but everyone's, those experienced players are taking a role in terms of communicating and taking some of the pressure off the captain.
And as for your opponents this weekend, Alun, what do you expect from them? They've lost 4 of 5 in the Rainbow Cup.
Yeah, we've had a reasonably a good look at them, and they're going to be strong up front. And for us, the first game is always on tour is always difficult. Just getting up to speed. They're probably the least affected of the 5 teams in terms of, or the 4 teams in terms of the number of players that they would have lost to the Springbok squad. So they're going to be fairly settled and pretty strong. And for a lot of these players, it's a once in a sort of lifetime opportunity to play against the Lions. So they're going to be incredibly motivated to want to go and play well. And we understand there's not going to be many crowds, but that's not going to take away from their desire to want to be the first team to try and beat the Lions on tour.
And just very quickly, finally from me, how's Luke Cowan-Dickey? He's obviously passed the return to play protocol, but it looked like a nasty knock he picked up in that Premiership final. How's he doing?
Yeah, when I spoke to him, first of all, I asked him how he was, and he said he was fine. He said he'd never been had a knock like that before. So he's done all the return to play protocols, and he's started to take a part in training. And so, look, he's another real competitor. We think we've got really experience in that hooking position, and the 3 of them are going to really fight it out. And I'm sure when he gets his opportunity, he's going to make the most of it.
Thanks very much.
Beth?
Hey Warren, sorry, Beth here from ITV Wales. Hope you're well. Listen, the good thing and the amazing thing about the Lions is the mix of all the home countries. They all bring with them different values and emotions. I'm just wondering, how pleased are you with the mix both on and off the pitch?
Oh, very pleased. It's been outstanding so far. I mean, the boys have been great, and it's been, from our point of view, above expectation in terms of how well that they've gelled as a group. Players, there's no cliques. Players are sitting with different teammates from different countries, and you've seen that happen really, really quickly. And so that's a really pleasing sign that we feel like we've picked a group of men that'll go out there. They want to represent the Lions and perform at their best, but also to play for each other and support each other and go into battle with each other to do their utmost to hopefully win a Lions series.
Obviously, I'm from Wales, so a question on the Welsh selection. Obviously, Louis Wissam is the poster boy, he's the mascot keeper. How's he looking?
Yeah, he's been doing well. There's still lots of things of his game. As a very young player that we're working hard in terms of, he's been a bit like a sponge at the moment, sort of picking things up from the players, and the players are working with him and talking to him and giving him lots of encouragement. We know how exciting he is on attack, but it's not just about attack, it's about lots of other things and at international rugby and at the highest level, and he is working hard on those aspects of his game, and hopefully we can get him some ball and see that finishing power that he has and prowess that he has, and show off some of that speed and the ability to score tries.
I know you said about selection was very difficult, having to leave some names out. Obviously, Kyle and Josh back in now. How nice was it for you to make that call and and get them back in?
Yeah, look, it's not going to be the last calls that we're going to have to make, because we know how tough and physical this is going to be. But the guys that have come in, Josh Navidi and Adam Baird coming in, and obviously with Kyle coming in, Kyle's been outstanding in the way that he's fitted into the group, and he was a tourist in 2017. He's trained exceptionally well. He's really setting some really high standards at the moment, and Josh Navidi and Adam Baird have been great so far. They've fitted in, and so look, it's been reasonably seamless at the moment. So and it's been pleasing for those guys, and also just the way that the rest of the squad have welcomed them in, so that's been great.
Last question from me. We spoke when you were coaching the Barbars, and you were saying how much you were looking forward to this. Are you enjoying it as much as you said you were going to be?
Yeah, I mean, the weather's pretty good at the moment, so that's not too bad. It's look, there's always lots of pressure at international rugby at the highest level, and you understand that. And I don't think I'm any different from the players. When game day comes around, I'm as nervous as anything. So, and the thing about international rugby, it's either agony or ecstasy. There is nothing in between, and so hopefully we can get as much ecstasy as we possibly can in terms of enjoying the way that we play and getting results.
You said that you've got nice tans anyway. Good luck for Saturday.
Cheers, thank you.
I must have a filter on me.
Alistair.
Yeah, I had a question for Stuart, please. Stuart, you've got quite a bunch of Scots in the side with you. I know national identity is over the match, I'm sure, but given that you've captained the side for the past couple of years, you must be pretty proud of how the guys have come through.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for the individuals that they've been working incredibly hard on their game for a number of years, and as Warren touched on earlier, we were making a rise as a Scottish national side. So, I'm over the moon to see so many boys representing the Lions here. But for us now, we're all buying into the British and Irish Lions badge, and we've all fitted in really, really well. And yeah, look, we're here to do one job, and that's to be part of a successful tour. And I'd say there is a huge amount of competition for places now that we're here. As I say, everybody's going to get an opportunity, so hopefully everybody shines and makes it very, very difficult for Warren and the rest of the coaching side to pick their team moving forward.
Cheers. And just a second for me, the news came out 2 or 3 years ago that you'd be captain. Have you been able to speak to the family, especially your dad maybe, and also have you had any message from Alun Wyn at all?
Yeah, I spoke to my parents early on in the week and told them the news. I couldn't keep it to myself for that long, so I told my parents and my brother and obviously my wife. So absolutely delighted with that. And for me, I'll probably pick up the phone to Alun Wyn over the next few days and pick his brains. Obviously bitterly disappointed for Alun Wyn and picking up an injury, but he'll still have a huge impact on this tour in terms of what he's done in the last few weeks. And what he'll do moving forward as well. It's just the type of guy that he is. He's an absolute legend of the game. So I'll definitely be picking his brains, that's for sure.
Cheers, Hoggy, go well.
Thank you.
Stuart, Warren was asked about the differences of this tour. There's obviously been a lot of talk about the absence of crowds. But for somebody who's toured before, what are the constants in a Lions tour that you feel are still there? Part of the same spirit that you had 4 and 8 years ago? Yeah, look, it's a very, very special time for us all to be involved in the British and Irish Lions. I think, as a kid growing up, you watched it all, you saw everybody being involved, you saw the travelling fans, how much it meant to everybody. And yes, look, as we touched on earlier, it is the new norm. We can't have any fans, and it is disappointing, but we've all played for the last kind of year or so with no or limited crowds, and it's all about the energy that we create within the squad, the buzz that we build from a Monday right through to the Saturday, and it's massive when it comes to the game. Little victories that you achieve,
within the moments of the game, you celebrate massively and you pick up a huge amount of energy from that, and it really kicks you on. And when things don't quite go to plan, we regroup and we start again. And as I say, it's all about the collective effort and the buzz and the energy that we can create. And you know, I've seen it, you know, in last week's game against Japan. I've seen it in training this week, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Thanks very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, guys.